So hey, today I'm going to be making a Bakewell Tart. I'm going to be making a big Bakewell Tart today. You can make them into small ones, little tart tins, or you can put it into cupcake case tins. You can make big ones if you want as well. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the pastry. I'm going to, in my mixing bowl, I'm going to put my butter, which I've already chopped just to make my life a bit easier. And I'm going to put my sugar in there. So I've got caster sugar. Now with this pastry, it's a sweet pastry, a pâté sucré, and this I'm going to actually cream the butter and the sugar together to make a paste before I do anything. So if you put a tea towel underneath, it will stop it from slipping around so much. And then you're just going to cream it together into a paste. And you can see it's almost like a white consistency. So once I've creamed it together, I'm then going to add the egg. So with your egg, I'm going to crack it, pop it in. If you were doing this in your food exam, you could do this in a food processor or with a whisk to make it a lot quicker. And it would also use some different equipment. Once it's combined into a paste, as you saw, I'm then going to add some almonds. I've only got 25 grams of almonds here, and I'm going to add plain flour. So add that in. Now you don't want to mix it so it goes back into a paste. It almost looks like breadcrumbs again, so don't overwork it. So mix it round. Again, you can do this in your food processor, so add it into your food processor and just pulse it to go round. So I'm just going to squeeze it a little bit, and then I'm going to put my bowl to soak, easier for washing. And then I'm just going to squeeze it together. So once you put it into a dough, just get a little bit of cling film, pop it in your cling film, and you're just going to put it in the fridge for an hour to chill. So once the pastry is chilling in the fridge, you're going to make the Frangipane filling, which is amazing. First things first, you're going to pop your butter in. So pop your butter into your mixing bowl and your sugar. So with this, just again, pop a tea towel down, makes it much easier. Put your bowl against the edge. If you've got hard butter, just chop it up because it makes it so much easier if it's in chunks. If you've got margarine, then it's fine as well. I do like to use butter for the Frangipane filling because I think it gives a better taste. So you're just going to put your bowl on the edge like this and cream it in. Now this butter I've had out at room temperature along with my eggs ready to do it, so it's a bit easier than the last one. And I'm just going to cream this together first. Okay, next, I'm going to do my eggs. So I'm going to pop my eggs back into a separate bowl. Pop it in. If you get a bit of egg, like you might have seen that I just did, into your egg mixture, use your eggshell to get it out because eggshell sticks to eggshell. You're going to add a little bit of egg. Don't add it all at once because it'll probably curdle, and you're just going to mix it to combine it. I'm then going to add my almonds, ground almonds, and I've got some ground pistachios in there as well actually, because I run out of almonds. And so you can use different nuts in it if you'd like to use different nuts. And I'm also going to add in there my plain flour. So I'm just going to chill that as well. So this is I'm going to cover this, pop this in the fridge, and leave it till my pastry is chilled. Okay, so now we're going to move on to rolling out the Bakewell Tart pastry. So I've got my bottom of my tin base here, and I'm going to just pop this on the top. This one is a little bit harder than other pastries to roll out as it's so sweet and it's a lot softer. So I'm putting my base down first. If you don't have a removable base, just roll it out on the table, and you can even roll it out between cling film to make it easier. Actually, I will show you both ways. So with this one, I'm going to show you how to do on a removable base. So put your base down first from your tart tin, roll it, and you want to make sure it's going over the edge. Remember, if it cracks, just squeeze it back together. And I'm going to go round to make sure it's even. So just keep rolling till you know it's going to go up your sides. And I need a little bit more. So any cracks, back together. So once it's big enough on each side, I'm going to pick it up, just to check, and then I'm going to fold up my sides on the top. Remember, try not to squish it, as it will break it off. So just roll up your edges like this, pick it up, drop it in, and then unroll your edges. So just gently pick it up and go round. Now this one's fluted, so I've got to push it into my sides, and this I need to do very carefully so it doesn't break. Don't worry about the overhang, we're not going to cut this off till we get it out. So once I've got it in, I'm just going to pop some holes in the bottom to let any steam out. Then I'm going to get my greaseproof paper, and if you squish it first, it goes in a lot easier without hurting the edge. I'm going to get my beans, pop my beans in. This just stops the pastry from rising. So you can use rice, pasta, chickpeas. I'm going to put it on my baking tray in the oven at 180 for 10 minutes to blind bake. Once that one's going, I'm going to show you another way of doing your pastry. So if you get a piece of cling film, get your piece of pastry, try and work it out into a circle, pop it down, get another piece of cling film over the top, and then all you're going to do is you're going to gently roll this out. So this is a good way, especially if you make just almond pastry rather than with any flour, and it holds it together. So go round, push it out. You might need to just pull it out ever so often so it doesn't crease. And it holds it in place, makes it really easy to roll out and really easy to lift into your tin. Try not to go over the edge in it. So keep turning and roll it. Just going to check my other side. Don't want it too crinkly. Ever so often you might need to just pull the pastry so it's easy for it to slip out. And then roll it to your correct size. So I'm going to do one this size, so I need it a little bit bigger. Look how easy it is to move around. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel one layer off. So I've got my pastry. This one's quite tricky to do because it's more of a cake tin. And then I'm just going to flip it up into my tin, keeping the other layer of pastry on to help it stay together, and pick up my edges to push it down. This is a really easy way, especially if you've got a big one, as it's hard to roll onto your rolling pin. So I'm picking up the edges and pushing down at the same time. This will give you a really nice even thickness as well. And then with the cling film still on, I'm just going to get it into the corners and make sure they're even. Okay. And then you just pull it off, go around and make sure that you're all even. Going to do the same. Prick it, line it, and blind bake it. your Frangipane filling has started to melt, so it's been in for about 8 minutes, if you want to add any fruit in, you can. You don't have to. You could have blueberries, raspberries, whatever. I'm going to add in some raspberries, and I'm just going to scatter them around it to make a pretty pattern. I'm using frozen raspberries as they're much cheaper. I'm not going to put loads in, just a few to make it pretty. Once you've done that, back in the oven for 25 minutes. Okay, so once you've got your Bakewell Tart out the oven and you've taken off your edges, you then want to get it out your tin. So after it's cooled a little bit, get a slightly bigger container, a smaller thing like a bowl. See how that's going to fit underneath. And then I'm going to put this on the top, and then the side should fall off easily. And then here you have your beautiful Bakewell Tart. So if you were doing in individual portions, you could ice it, you could sieve ice, you could serve it on some Kool-Aid, or you can cut it as slices if you do a bigger one. Hope you enjoy. I'm gonna find some milk.